got enough time, I guess.
Well, I mean, I just started recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
But
just started.
it starts before you start recording, don't it? No, okay, never mind.
I don't know. Say record. Say record.
Most it starts before you start.
Like, damn, that's some Minority Report shit. Like,
right. That's the Inception. I'm like,
that's virtual reality like a motherfucker. Oh, he's going to start recording, so we gonna start now.
I think it does do that though. I think the timer starts.
Oh, it goes back.
That's to start your meeting.
That's some tenant. That's some tenant type shit.
That's that confusing ass shit.
It didn't make no sense,
bro. That
was just a good movie.
I thought I was a smart dude. That shit was so confusing. I was sitting this motherfucker like, I don't know what's going on. And John David be sitting up there just talking about shit. What the fuck is he talking about? Like, well, if we go back and then this happened, and I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, he went to school with me too.
Yeah, he played ball, didn't
he? Yeah, he played football. He was good too.
He was at the same All-Star game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, excuse us.
Yeah.
Get out of here. His dad was out there too, though. Denzel was out there too.
Who?
Denzel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He always had a little hat.
Mo like to throw around his Division One.
No, that ain't it. I'm just saying.
All-Star
we have a commonality, brother. We have a
commonality. Don't do that. We used to do that for him.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Denzel
win for losing.
Rubbing shoulders with Denzel.
Right.
Had a little hat on. He always got a little hat on.
Yeah, you know he got a hat on.
We call him Zell, you know what I mean?
Right. We call him Zelly Zell.
Zelly come up, you know, he pointed his little crooked finger at us. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, y'all
call him Zelly Zell.
Wait, So welcome back to Boss Moves. I got my Boss Moves partners Trey and Mo. What's up, fellas?
Family, what's going on? Peace.
What's good?
Everything's good, man. I'm Charles. We back again. Coming in here to give some of this financial, investment-centered, good talk, you know, for our people and for everybody, man. Today, though, well, this week, I should say, something very important that a lot of people have been looking forward to happen. They passed the newest stimulus bill, and it actually, I think this week it was signed, right? Our new president signed it, and it's official. So a lot of people was happy out in these streets. Right. I don't know if you talked to a lot of people that were pretty elated about it. What do y'all think about it? What do y'all think about another stimulus bill? Do you think it's going to be something that we're going to do just periodically, or we're going to get like some countries where they like give them a monthly stipend? What do y'all think about that?
I don't think it's enough. I'm gonna be real. I think Canada has a good thing going. I think they send something out every month on a monthly basis for people.
I was about to say the Dominican Republic does the same thing. They send out a monthly stipend as well.
Every month?
Yeah.
So the U.S. isn't doing enough for the people. They're not doing enough here. People got bills. They're getting evicted. Lights getting turned off.
Well, you know that was one of the things that Biden ran. That was one of his big time platforms. He was like, "Oh, I'm going to get help to the people," and I think by that he meant like, "I'm gonna get one more stimulus thing package, and then I don't know what he's gonna do after that." But I mean, we've already been this extended period of time with just a couple, financial incentives given to the people.
And really everything and things are starting to open back up a little bit. So, people are starting to go back to work just a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So really, if people are in a comfortable financial position, I mean, it might not be much. I believe it's like $1,400 or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Which might not be a lot to Moses's point. I definitely feel you, Mo. It's definitely not a lot. We definitely should be doing more. But I mean, let's take what we can get, and it's always good to come up with some ideas about how you can turn that 1,400 into 2,800. And right. then keep going and keep flipping from there. So, I definitely think we can do what you can with it.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And that's what we're talking about today. Today we're gonna talk about 3 great ways to invest your $1,400 stimulus check. Now we know there are a plethora of ways to flip that thing, come up with something else, and make it grow. However, we're gonna talk about 3 tried and true, awesome ways from an article from the Motley Fool, fool.com. If anybody's heard of that, check it out, fool.com. A lot of great investment advice. I've been looking at the food they call it. I've been looking at Motley Fool since I was like, I want to say it came out in like 96 or 97. I thought it was the coolest thing ever when I was in high school. They had some really cool little articles back then. It was like a really small little website. But anyway, getting off subject. First way, actually, should I share the screen, guys? What do you think? We just want to take a look at this real quick.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let me share the screen. Boom. Just so we have something to look at for a minute. Let's share that. 3 great ways to invest your $1,400 stimulus check. The first way, the S&P 500 index funds. So we all know the S&P 500. Some of our largest publicly traded organizations: Amazon, Apple, Johnson & Johnson, Berkshire Hathaway. You really, really can't go wrong with that if you're talking about like investing in some kind of stock or fund. Some people think the S&P is due for some kind of crash. What do y'all think about jumping into that with your stimulus check?
I think it's a great move. I mean, you can see from the chart here, since 2012, it's been on the uptick. So, I mean, all those dips that you do see, those are just opportunities to buy. But,
Right.
S&P, that's one of the safest places to park your money.
Buy the dip.
Yeah, I definitely think it's great, especially when you're talking about an index. So you're pretty much hedging your bets. You're invested in a lot of things that we all use on a daily basis. So like you saw in the article, Amazon, Apple, and things of that nature. So you're investing in things that you use on a daily basis. So those are the best bets to do. When you're not like a day trader or just some really informed investor, just invest in the things that you use on a daily basis. Nike, Samsung, Apple, QuickBooks, whatever their parent company is. Those are the things that you want to invest in, Coca-Cola or whatever. So S&P 500 index fund, I definitely think is good. Now, I will say that it's not a get rich quick. We're not talking about a get rich quick whatsoever. You are talking about, having a great balance to your portfolio that you want to keep in there long term. And over time, it usually sees, great returns, or at least steady returns, I'll say. So definitely a good place to put your money.
Yep. Now, since the fund's inception, S&P has earned an average return of around 8% per year. So
Right.
if you were to invest, and this is slow money, if you were to invest your $1,400 stimulus check right now by earning an 8% annual return, you'd have around $14,000 after 30 years. So we're not talking, like you said, this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not something you're going to double and flip and skip. If you want to do something like that, you need to start a business. Okay. But,
and of course, first of all, we're not here giving financial advice or anything like that.
Absolutely.
But I will say you need to get everybody to take a really kind of a risk analysis. What can you really risk? If you really can't risk too much, that is a great safe investment. Like you said, if you can actually risk a little bit more, a business is where you want to go. You're going to risk more, but you're also going to have a whole lot bigger up gain, when everything goes well for your company. So you got to really just take a risk analysis to see where you are, where you want to go.
Okay, investment. Like we were saying, this is the safest place to park your money if you're going to do the stock market at all. These are the top 500 money-making companies out there. So, I mean, even if your goal is to invest in individual stocks, the smartest thing to do would be to pick the top stocks in this index fund itself.
That's right.
And then invest in those. But as a whole, long term, S&P is it.
Agreed. So, I mean, that sounds like an easy win, slow growth, but it's pretty much guaranteed. You don't want to say any investment's guaranteed, But if you just look at it from its inception, it's only gone up. There's some dips here and there. You saw when we shared the screen, there was a big dip around 2020, the end of 2020. You know what I'm saying? That was the pandemic. But guess what? It's got right back on track as of right now.
Those are your times to buy. That's your time to buy. Like Mo said, that's your time to double down.
There's blood in the streets. That's the time to buy.
Right. I think Warren Buffett said it best: when others are fearful, be greedy.
Others are greedy.
Be fearful. So.
Absolutely. That's one man to listen to on most things. The second thing, dividend stocks. Now, this is one of my favorites too. Dividend stocks, they're basically investments that pay you to own them. So in addition to your normal investment gains from the stock just going up, every quarter or every year, like whenever that particular company sets it, you'll receive a dividend. And you can choose to reinvest that to make your basis larger, or you can take those dividends and put them in another account or take them out, spend them, whatever you want to do with those tax implications. But dividend stocks, man, I've done a lot of research on dividend stocks, and a lot of people that talk about dividend stocks that just pretty much build up their dividend stocks so they have passive income. It takes a lot. But, you can build your dividend stock ownership up to where, it's paying you $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. And you still have the basis for those. You still have at that point, hundreds of thousands of dollars it takes to have a $2,000 dividend, But it's a great way to park some cash and keep growing it. Another great thing to do with a $1,400 gimme, if you don't have to pay your bills with it.
Definitely agree. I mean, you said, you gave an example, Charles. I've known people who will get into, and like we mentioned in the beginning, we're not investment advisors. Use what we say as a tool to further your education. Keep going, keep doing your research. But
you're trying to open your mind.
That's it. We're just opening your mind.
That's it.
But I've known people who would, let's say per se, AT&T or Verizon. They'll own enough stock to where that'll pay that AT&T bill. So they're getting paid twice, not only on the dividend front, but equity-wise as well with that stock. So, I mean, there's different ways to play it. The stock market, you can make money when it goes up, when it goes down, and sideways, however you want to do it. But you just got to learn it and play it.
That's right.
That's the worst thing you can do, is not be in the game. That's the worst thing.
Right. The worst thing to do is be on the sidelines.
That's it.
I definitely like dividend stocks. I believe that it's something you're going to have to watch a little bit more closely than just an S&P 500 index fund type of thing. You're definitely going to want to kind of stay on top, see what kind of dividends that they're giving out. You're really going to even want to look at the management of these companies, and which you should be looking at anyway, really, kind of. But you want to go on and kind of look at the management of the companies, see are they giving out dividends quarterly? Like Charles said, are they giving out dividends yearly? You understand what I'm saying? So these are things you want to take into effect when you're going after those stocks. But definitely dividend stocks are a great way to go as well.
Absolutely. A third one that this article mentions is ETFs. I have a bunch of ETFs through my Stash app. If you don't have a way to invest, go use the Stash app. A lot of people are down on the Robinhood app right now because they did some shady stuff. We talked about that in one of our former broadcasts.
Right.
But growth ETFs, and ETFs are exchange traded funds. They usually contain stocks that have potential for rapid growth. This type of investment can carry a little bit more risk because it's like high growth type companies, and they're a lot of times a little bit more volatile. However, they usually can contain like big tech companies too, that have experienced explosive growth in the past, but are still stable companies, such as Microsoft, Facebook, Google's parent company, Alphabet. Those ETFs, are usually just, on the way up. They rarely experience big slides. And those in particular, I think Vanguard Growth ETF has those particular ones in their ETF. Either one of you guys invested in ETFs right now?
I'm actually not myself.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm more of a riskier guy.
Mhm.
I do have some individual stocks.
Okay.
Oh,
But
he's living life on the edge.
I am,
That guy.
Well,
but
that's what you do when you know what you're doing. When you really know what
Right.
you're doing and you like a pro, then
Right.
you go pick them yourself.
Right.
ETFs, they have fund managers and they got people who that's what they do, and they pick them for you and they manage it for you and all of this. But when you like that dude, like Mo apparently is, you go and you find each one of them. You look at the, you know what I'm saying, growth potential, and examine the numbers and the caps and the 52-week high and all of that, and you be like, I'm on it.
Man,
Right.
but like Trey said, you just got to read up on it. I mean, if you read up on it,
Right.
you find the trends, you follow the trends. I mean, that's what the banks do. That's what a lot of traders do. They follow the banks because the banks, they know where the money's going. So, I mean, it's just about reading, doing your research, which we're encouraging everybody to do, and just going for it. It's not really a gamble when you've done the research. You know,
Right.
it's a gamble when you just go in there blind. I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna pick that. I'm gonna pick this.
That's right.
But once you do the homework, you know, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, I think people oftentimes look at the investing in the stock market almost like the lottery or something like that. Like, let me just, kind of pick something. Like, no, actually pick things that you actually, like I said, read up on the management teams of them, read articles on these different companies, and see actually what's going on, the competition, like you said, the trends, where are things headed? You understand what I'm saying? So definitely, I think, what do they say? Your average billionaire reads 3-4 hours a day or something like that. It's all different type of articles, different knowledge on different things, especially if you are acquiring businesses, because what you're doing is acquiring businesses with the stock market. So even read into the actual, just the industries period, not even just that company. Read about the industries. What do these tech companies do? You understand what I'm saying? What's the new fintech? What's the new financial tech that's gonna, drive the future? And I know Charles, and I know he might even want to speak on this about the crypto. You know what I'm saying? Like what's really going on in the future that's gonna drive society? Because crypto is definitely a disruptor. You should look for disruptors. You understand what I'm saying? Like, crypto is definitely a disruptor. Uber, things of that nature, Airbnb. These things disrupt whole industries, and those things create trends, and you kind of see where things are going.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to kind of give a few places where you can kind of go and do some research. I know CNBC, they have their market news, Market Watch. I like Alpha Seeking Alpha, excuse me. Seeking Alpha is a really good app too. So, I mean, there's a variety of places you can go and do your research, but just find one that's easy to read.
Yeah, me personally, I like Yahoo Finance. Yahoo
Yeah,
Finance, you can even get, and they'll give you updates on different things daily. So I mean, you almost can't not, stay on top of things. Yeah, you can't miss it. Yeah.
My main thing, man, I just want us to be involved. I mean, a lot of times our folks, our people, are scared to even jump into it. That's changing right now. I talk to a lot of young brothers that have just, kind of taken the bull by the horns and just gotten into it after all the big financial news we've had over the last few months. But that's the main thing. Get involved. I mean, people talk about losing money or about the stock market being like the lottery. Like, look at the things in general we throw money away on. Like, I can lose a couple $100. Like, you got to think of it that way. You buying these sneakers, you losing a couple $100 like that. You can forego a shopping spree, forego a Friday night out, because we all know, well, not a whole lot of people are going out right now unless you're living in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Where it's wide open for months and months. But anyway,
Right. COVID who?
but just think about the time before all the pandemic stuff. You go out on a Friday night, you're gonna spend $150 easy, $200 easy.
Yeah, he's talking about especially in Atlanta.
Oh man, come on, man! If you're trying to have a good time, like seriously,
parking is $100, right?
You know what I'm saying? If you're really trying to go somewhere, people trying to go somewhere and be seen, and you're not talking about the outfit. You're not talking about none of that. So if you spend money on those things, forego that for a weekend, throw it into the stock market, throw it into cryptocurrency.
Right. And I was just going to add up, you don't have to do the whole 1,400. Yeah, throw $500 on it. Throw $1,000 on something. You
Pay
know what I'm
yourself
saying?
first.
Exactly. Pay yourself first. Just put something on something. You know.
That's it. I mean, if you just put in a little bit every month, $100 a month, just load up your account until you see the market drop.
There it
Boom,
is.
jump in there.
And that's
They
the
call it
big
dollar
thing.
cost averaging. So you just
Yep.
kind of buying as the dips. Buy the dips.
Yeah, if you dollar cost averaging, then you're investing regardless of where the market is. You're putting a little bit in at all times. So they've proven, that over time, if you dollar cost average, you end up saving more money, or you end up, it's almost like you got it at a lower price because you just steadily invested all of this time.
Right.
But Trey mentioned something that I do want to add to the list. Those are three things that the Motley Fool, usually the Motley Fool is not super aggressive. They're more aggressive than some. There are newer stock advisory, investment advisory company than a lot of the companies that are out there. But I would just say, if you've been alive, if you've been around, if you've been awake over at least the last year. I've been investing in crypto since 2016, 2017, but you've seen this in the news. You've heard about it. You got to go read up on cryptocurrency, DeFi, decentralized finance. This is absolutely, blockchain is absolutely the future. It's not something you're going to be able to hide your head from and, think it's just something that's going to go away. It's not. Like, it's going to literally take over the world. We're not going to be able to get away from blockchain or cryptocurrency. It's just exploding. The market cap for cryptocurrency has reached over $1 trillion. Like, y'all know how much $1 trillion is, bro? Like, that's a lot of money. That means, so they said when your grandmother start asking about it, it's on and pop. So
yeah.
My mom, which is my kid's grandmother, has started asking about it. So it's on and popping. So that just means you gotta get educated on it, and you gotta put some sneaker money on it.
Right.
And the thing is, we talk about risk. If you're not averse to risk, and if you're, usually that means the person that's young, that doesn't have a whole lot of responsibilities, doesn't have a whole lot of bills or whatnot. If you have a very high risk tolerance, then you have to be in crypto. But guess what? You have the largest potential for return of any investment vehicle ever invented, like anything. There are people that are investing a couple $100 and getting 1,000, 10,000 times return. Have you guys ever heard of the Bitcoin pizza guy?
I haven't heard about the Bitcoin pizza guy.
So it's something in crypto. Everybody knows about the Bitcoin pizza guy. We know Bitcoin is at like $57,000 as of, I think,
Crazy.
Today. Bitcoin pizza guy was into Bitcoin, I think, in 2012, 2013. That was at the very beginning. They were worth what's known as a few Satoshis, which is, very small parts of a cent. So less than a penny, He had 10,000. Well, I think he had hundreds of thousands of those, which at the time was maybe worth not even $100, but it was hundreds of thousands of those Satoshis, right? Parts of a Bitcoin. He used it to buy a pizza. That pizza today is worth $280 million. So he spent, in today's terms of Bitcoin, it was just a few years ago, it would have been worth $280 million. He used all his that was all the Bitcoin he had. He just wanted to do this little, see if it worked. He bought, some pizza, and they call him the Bitcoin pizza guy. I don't think he killed himself yet, but
It'll make you think, though. That'll make you
think. It make you like, oh my God, like. So that's the thing.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. It is crazy. But yes, like you said, I mean, crypto is the future, and there's so many coins out there.
Yeah.
So many coins to invest in. You don't have to do Bitcoin.
That's right.
There's other coins that have
coins.
potential. Yeah.
Alternative coins. You need to get in those. They're lower market caps. They cost less, bigger upside.
Bigger
Right now, you're investing in tops when you're talking about Bitcoin. You invest in Bitcoin at $57,000, it has to go to 114,000 for you to double your money, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that wasn't so long a while back. I got it at 3,000. You know, some people got it lower, some people got it after that. It's still a good investment because it's gonna go. It is gonna get to those values. Like, look where we at. We're at 57,000. But you just have to do some research, find some of these other coins that have utility that actually do something. You know, there's a lot of, they call them shit coins that don't do anything. They're just somebody made to pump some money, to get some money. They're getting a lot of those out of the paint. But just got to put some money in it, fellas. We gotta do some work. And I see a lot of us getting into crypto right now, and I'm very proud of that. Very proud of that.
Absolutely. I'm sorry.
Staring contest. I was gonna see who's gonna break first. Anyway, with that being
said, I'm sorry, Charles was so stoned.
Like that,
I felt like we were just locking eyes.
I was trying to look right at the damn camera right there. Yeah. Wait for somebody to talk.
And I was just like, okay.
Yeah. Charles, it's your territory. Take it.
Well, you know, with that being said, gentlemen, we've given 3 ways plus a bonus way for our folks to, you know, invest a little bit. It don't have to be the whole thing. Some of their stimulus money that should be on the way sometime soon. If you haven't gotten it yet, I think you have to file your taxes before it registers, and I found that out because I ain't getting nothing. But you have to file your taxes in order for it to come through. But with that, man, I just want you guys to check us out. Check out our website, bmbainvesting.com. Check out www.stayfreshcc.com. And Moses, why don't you give them our social media real quick?
Social media is bossmoves_BMBA on Instagram. Oh, sorry, did I say that right?
Yeah.
BMBA_bossmoves.
No, Boss Move. It's Boss Moves _BMBA.
Hey, you threw me under. I wasn't ready. I just had it.
You got it right.
I had it right at first. Yes, it's bossmoves_BMBA. Check us out. And if we're looking for, some investment ideas, some investing coaching, some tax coaching, some cryptocurrency coaching, we're all here to help.
Absolutely.
For a nominal fee.
Nah, man.
Yeah, we're here for the people.
Also coming up, we're gonna have some guests. We got some guests coming up in the next couple of weeks, so everybody get ready for that. And if you guys got nothing else,
let me say it one more time. I'm sorry. It's bossmoves_BMBA on both Instagram and Twitter.
That's right. bossmoves_BMBA. Boss Moves. We out.
Peace.
Hold on.